Hello everyone, welcome to another video from my kitchen Flavours. Now today is all about making these tasty, tender and moist meatballs. And if you watch through to the end of the video, you're also going to learn how to safely and correctly freeze your meatballs for months, so you don't have to make them from scratch all the time. So here I have 500 grams of minced meat. It's just a little bit fatty, which is great because that is going to ensure that my meatballs are moist and juicy in the end. Now right now I'm adding 2 medium onions, which I diced very finely, and then I'm going in with my clean hands to gently combine the 2 ingredients well. Now I'm going in with 2 small eggs, and then I'm going to be using my spatula to bring everything together. Now the eggs act as a binding agent to ensure that your meatballs retain their shape and will not fall apart when you're cooking them. Make sure you do not use too many eggs or they might detract from the meat's flavor and texture. Next up, we are going to add some seasoning to taste. For that, I'm using black pepper and Himalayan sea salt, which is amazing because it has over 80 trace minerals, which are good for you. I'm also adding half a bundle of chopped cilantro. I love the aroma. And this here is 1 cup of cheddar cheese, but this is an optional ingredient. Now I'm going in with my hands, clean ones obviously, to gently mix everything up before finally adding 1.5 cups of breadcrumbs. Now this ingredient absorbs the juices from the meat as it cooks and traps them within the meatball, so that you end up with tender and moist meatballs. Banage. And as you can see now, all the ingredients have been nicely combined and everything is looking really beautiful already. Now next up, I'm going to be using this trusted old ice cream scoop of mine to measure up my meatballs to ensure that they are the same size. Scoop up this much, then use your clean and preferably wet hands to roll your meatballs into a lovely round like this one, and then place it on a platter like this, and continue doing this for the rest of your meatballs. Alright, at this point, you want to cover your meatballs with cling film and refrigerate them for about 1 hour before cooking them. Now this goes further to help the meatballs hold their shape throughout the cooking process. So right now, I'm just checking to see whether my oil is hot enough. You don't have to do it this way, by the way. And it's just the right temperature. And I'm using a slotted spoon to add my chilled meatballs to the oil. And I'm going to go ahead and cook them gently for the next 8 to 10 minutes, making sure to turn them over occasionally. Paka, they are this beautiful, appetizing golden brown color, you guys. So when it comes to meatballs, I do not want to hear about having mercy. I can never forgive them. Katika sawa zinoe, my meatballs are cooked through, and I'm just going to take them out and place them in a bowl lined with kitchen paper towels to drain off the excess oil that often exists when you deep fry your food. Now, as I mentioned before, I love meatballs. They are so versatile and can be eaten on their own as a snack or as part of a cocktail menu. You can add them to your soups, you can cook them in tomato sauce, and even use them as a topping for your homemade pizza. The other thing that I love about meatballs is that they freeze really well for a couple of months. To freeze this batch, I placed my completely cooled meatballs on a baking sheet, which I lined with foil paper. I then went ahead to flash freeze them. I actually left them in the freezer overnight, and this is the following morning, and as you can see, they are frozen hard. At this point, you can go ahead and transfer them to a freezer container or Ziploc bag and then place them in your freezer, and then just take out what you need when you need them. At this point, I thank you so much for watching today's episode, and I hope to see you again next time. Until then, may God flabbergast you with his awesomeness. Bye!